Hi, Bob Nelson here from BNIC, and I want to talk to you about website hosting. So, we get often asked, do you host websites? And the answer is no. And the reason for that is that we can't compete. We want our clients to get the absolute best products and services that are available. And frankly, as far as hosting goes, there's no way we can compete with some of the great companies that are out there that are specializing in providing website hosting, either on price or on the service. We think you should get the very best deal possible, and frankly, there's no way we could provide that. So, we have done our research, though, to find out what is the best value on the internet today as far as getting web hosting goes. And I want to show you what we found. So, we ran tests on a bunch of different companies. Here's the list here. So Bluehost, HostGator, iPage, you may recognize a lot of these. A lot of the biggest website hosting companies on the planet. And there was one that we had at the end called SiteGround. We found these guys actually by accident, and we were sure glad we did. When we compared them, we found that that one company was head and shoulders in every aspect above the rest. So if that's all you need to know, then you can turn this video off right now, because I'm going to show you the nuts and bolts. But the websites consistently load faster, they're able to handle more traffic, they're more secure, and these guys have by far the best tech support. And so we'll show you the tests we did if you're interested in watching. So we'll carry on. So we want to look at the speed, the cutting edge security, and the leading edge support. But before we do that, let's go have a look at their pricing. So they have, and virtually all of the web hosting companies that we've looked at, that are any of the bigger ones at least, all do the same marketing plan here. They all give you a special price for the first year. So in this case, it's $3.95 a month, so $4 a month. And you can actually, if you prepay it, you can actually pay that for 3 years. But you have to, of course, prepay it all up front. So, but their normal price is $9.95 per month. That's the normal price. So when I look at these and compare them, virtually all of them, I go, oh yeah, you got the special promotional deal going on. What's the real price? And that's how I always compare them, is the $9.95. So $9.95 for a single website, and you get everything that you'll ever need. If you go to the package up from that, which is $14.95 a month, you can have as many websites in that account as you want. So if you've got multiple websites, for $14.95, you can have all of your websites in a single account and never get another hosting bill, just the one hosting bill. So that can be a good deal. And then they go up, and these guys will also provide you with dedicated servers. And if you really want to go, if you want to go have a cloud-based server or whatever you need, they also provide those things. But for most of us, these are the kind of types of accounts you'll be looking at, and they're very competitive price-wise. So let's go back to to look at the testing here. So quickly run through these. I don't spend a lot of time on it. When we tested for speed, so there was a couple of different tests done. One was how fast sites load. So we put the exact same website onto 12 different servers in real accounts, and then tested to see how fast they loaded. The industry average was 4.7 seconds to load a web page. SiteGround was 1.7, and when they installed their super cacher feature, it went down to 1.3 seconds, and they were by far the fastest. How much traffic can they handle? So again, the same thing, only they saw how many hits could a site take in 2 minutes. And the industry average was about 2,800. The best ones were just over 8,000, 8,500. When SiteGround installed their super cacher feature again, the number of hits it can handle in 2 minutes went up from around 8,000 to 230,000. This is like insane. So this is why we say it's insane speed. So to be able to handle massive amounts of traffic, if you were to end up doing some sort of promotion or something, and you all of a sudden got huge traffic, you did something and ended up on TV, or things happen that could drive huge amounts of traffic to your website on a SiteGround server will be able to handle it. So speed is crazy, and it's great. We noticed right away when we moved our websites and our clients' websites from the servers they were on to SiteGround, we noticed right away that they were way snappier, a lot faster. And we have one client that has distributors in over 30 countries worldwide, and they noticed from all over the world the site was faster. And there's a little video you can watch about their speed that will show you why that is. So it's pretty interesting. Cutting edge security. So these guys are different from most, and their little video will tell you about this, but they don't wait for when a vulnerability is discovered. Usually they're discovered and they're published by what we call white hat web developers. These are the good guys, and they will publish that there's a vulnerability and that people should patch them. And typically, most people will wait for the makers of the software where the vulnerability was found. In the case where we did tests, there was a vulnerability with WordPress and another one with Joomla, and they were published. Tests were done 30 days after the vulnerabilities were published, and none of the web hosting company, not one, had patched the problem yet, except SiteGround. SiteGround had patched it in 48 hours. And the reason is they don't wait for the makers of the software, in this case WordPress, to publish a patch. They make their own right away. They don't wait. And so if that's really, really great, and it's important to make sure your site stays secure. So the other thing these guys provide, and they're the first ones to create this, and they talk about this in a little video, is account isolation. So that if somebody else on the same server as you gets infected with malware or with a virus, it can't infect your site because all the sites are isolated. They were the first ones to develop the technology to do that, and I think the last I've been able to check, only 4 other web hosting companies have adopted those protocols. And although they all could, these guys developed it, but they haven't kept it to themselves. They're hoping that everyone would develop it, would implement it so that it makes the internet a lot safer place. So security, these guys are awesome, and they keep all of their software up to date. So I just had a situation where they went through and they upgraded everyone's PHP, which is the software that WordPress runs on. And so they went through and did the updates for everybody. And if you had little problems, that sometimes it causes problems, which is why a lot of companies don't do it, because then they have to write new code. They will go through for you and fix whatever the problems are, if it's possible. So now we want to talk about SiteGround support. And this, of everything, all these other things are very impressive, but this is the most impressive thing to me. And this is why I would recommend these guys hands down above everyone else, because this is where it touches you, the client, the most, is in the support that you get. So let's go look at their support page here. So here we are on support, and there are several ways that you can access them. You can phone them. So you can call them. There's a toll-free number here you can call, and guess what? You don't wait on hold for 30 or 45 minutes. Someone answers, a live person answers the phone. It's amazing. I generally use their live chat. And the chat, it looks like this. This window opens up and you go, I want technical assistance. And here you can see I got 3 chats before me. Sometimes it'll say 12 or 15 or whatever. And it's still, I'm connected within just a few seconds. So, it usually takes, I've never waited longer than about 30 seconds. Here we are. So here's a picture of my tech support person. They've handled 3,100 clients, and I'm just going to say I'll just do. So I'm just telling her, I'm just showing her. So we can see that she's handled 3,100 clients. So she's fairly new. Not really new, but she's fairly new. But she'll probably be able to answer most of your questions that you have. If, though, we're not happy with the answers that we're getting from this particular support person, we can go down here and we can click this little link that says escalate to a senior. And if we click it, immediately we'll go to a senior support staff person who's handled more than 10,000 clients, and with no questions asked, and you'll get your answers. So that's chat. So and that's normally how I'll deal with tech support anytime I've got a problem. If you have to put in a ticket, if you open a support ticket and you have a technical issue, let's say, and support ticket is just a form you fill out and it sends them an email. Now, if you've ever done a support ticket with another company, you'll know that typically your support tickets get answered in anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. I have never waited longer than 15 minutes to get a response to my support tickets. Oftentimes, they resolve the problem right then. Sometimes it might take an hour or two for the problem to get resolved, but they're really, really responsive. I've never experienced this at this level, to this level of service ever from any other company. So these guys' support is next to mind-blowing, in my opinion. This is why I would recommend them to any of my clients, because I'm all about this, giving whatever the best service that you can, and these guys give a far better service than I could ever give. And the other thing is, when you talk to them, they are so patient and kind. They always assume that you're a novice. And so sometimes my conversations with them are a bit humorous, because it takes them a little while to figure out that I'm not a novice user. But if you are, don't worry about it. They are so patient and kind, and they'll look after you. So this is a great company. So that's the reason we've chosen SiteGround as the company we use and that we recommend. So you can go through all the technical stuff here. I would recommend that you do that. You can click on this link to go to sign up. We are an affiliate of SiteGrounds, which means if you click on that link and you sign up with them, they will send us a little bit of money. We're actually affiliates with most of these other accounts too, most of these other hosting companies. And frankly, a lot of them pay quite a bit more than SiteGround does. But we can't recommend them over SiteGround, because SiteGround's the one we use and the one we would recommend to our clients. That's web hosting. I hope you found that interesting, and if there's anything else we can help you with, please feel free to give us a call and let us put the world in the palm of your hand. Have a great day.